everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Zay's Lounge. Um, Today, before we get into any subject, don't forget to like the video, comment your favorite part, what episodes by far is your favorite. Don't forget to share, to somebody that needs to hear it or wants to hear it or just interested in a podcast, or just want to get into it. Thank you. Thank you for 1,000 followers on Spotify. It's a big milestone. It's like a very big milestone. And the fact that we did it less than a month, that's it's truly remarkable. And I want to say thank you to everybody that's been supporting, the podcast, tuning in, giving me feedback, I want to say thank you, that it's not possible without you guys. I have my parts in it, of course. I'm the creator. But you guys, y'all make it possible. So I want to say thank you. It's a very big milestone. Um, Another thing I want to talk about too before I get into the episode. It took me a while to record this because been having like little panic attacks and like spiritual attacks in my head. So it was hard to contemplate if I wanted to do this episode or not, but I gotta push through. I know what I'm fighting for. I know what I want in my life, and just not doing something that I told myself I'm dedicated, I'm gonna do. I can't fall off schedule because my mental is not right. This is why I made this podcast. So it's a safe space, not only for you guys, but also for myself. So we could talk about anything. So that's what I want to talk about before we get into today's episode. So that should just motivate you and inspire you to just doesn't matter what you're going through in life, you know, continue doing what you love to do, what I'm saying? Don't let your mental get the best of you, because if you slack off one time, bro, it's gonna throw everything off course and now you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You feel me? So that's what I wanted to talk about. But today's episode, we're gonna be talking about relationships. Yes. Um, I think this is by far gonna be either one of the best episodes or one of them episodes where it's like, yeah, this is gonna be one of the viral moments. But the reason I want to talk about relationships because I think it needs to be talked about, especially in this generation. I know in my episode where I talk about my life journey, um, and I talked about the person I was talking to, dating, for like the past 9, 10 months, practically a year. You feel me? We stopped talking. Um, it didn't. I wouldn't say it didn't work out, but my mental messed it up. She's a very cool person. She's laid back. Like by far, she's one of my favorites. Always will be my favorite, of course. Um, my mental did mess the relationship up. Um, and another thing I can say is that not only messed it up, my overthinking got the best of me. But the one thing I can say is after we stopped talking, I even, once I look back at the messages and the conversation, it was like, you know what, let me tell her how I feel. And that's what I did. So I apologize for like the direct message, that gave off me being mean, which I wasn't. I was just explaining how I felt. So But me and her came to an understanding. Um, I'm gonna support her. I'm gonna continue to support her. That's my dog. She gonna continue supporting me. Always being there. If we ever need each other, right there. We didn't block each other. Ain't none of that. I feel like that's what relationships is. Not only relationship, but love. When it comes to love, I think it's not only about telling somebody that you love them. It's not only about what you can do for them, but it's more as of y'all don't let the bad things interfere of how y'all really feel about each other. Um, I think real love is really just about um, always being there, supporting each other through thick and thin. And you don't let bad times mess it up, you know. Even when you guys stop talking or you just need a break from the relationship. So one person can continue to heal and figure themselves out, and the other continues, focus on their career while still checking on you from time to time. And then y'all get back into a point in time where y'all reconnect. Sometimes you might reconnect, sometimes you don't. But at the same time, it's like real true love is always being there for each other when it matters. Um, if you sitting with your wife, your girlfriends, love them, love them. I want you to look at them. I want you to look at them. Yes, look at your wife, look at your girl. Like, I love you. Like, I got you. You feel me? Like, love on each other, dog. Love nowadays is hella rare, dog. It's rare as fuck, you know. Um, my relationship's been a little iffy. But the one I just got of, that's one of the ones I'm not gonna give up on. I know me and her gonna reconnect one day, and get back together. But right now, what I need to focus on to myself is heal better mentally and emotionally. So when I do heal fully and I'm prepared to love on her and give her the love that she needs, I'll be ready, and it won't affect how the other, you feel me? So um love on your partner, dog. Love on your partner, dog. Ladies, if your man is going through it mentally, he doesn't talk to you about it. He's just closed off, but he's still there. Like he's closed off, but he's still there physically. Like he's love you. He doing everything. You feel me? Don't take it as a way of him not trying to express himself. He's just trying to figure out himself how to express it. Because like me, I can't really talk about what's really wrong. I can't really do that. There's some people I can talk to and some people I can't. I'm just keep it straightforward. Um, and fellas, women are the same. They go through a lot, way more stuff than we go through to keep it a band, dog. Especially the genuine ones. They hold a lot of things in that we don't know about. You know, Even if you know about them, she probably still haven't gotten over them. She's still trying to heal from it. So be there for each other when it matters. Even when one of y'all don't open up, hug them, love on them, talk to them. Give them words of affirmation, dog. Like, that's one of the best key things, to brighten somebody's day, especially when they going through a lot. And keep your relationship tight and private. Keep it tight and private, dog. Because you don't want outside noise interfering with what y'all got going on. Never. Cause with her, our relationship was private. Not too many people know about it. I got a couple of cousins that know about her, some friends. Other than that, that's it. That's it. Mama Dukes, she knows about her, but other than that, that's it. I didn't post her on social media. I really didn't talk to her about her like publicly, like daily. I didn't do none of that. I just kept it private because that's who I genuinely care for. That's who I have interest for. Why do I have to present her to the world? Like, hey, this is no. I'm not. I'm not that type of person. When I love you, I love you. I don't have to. I don't have to wave the flag like, hey, here. No, 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 no. So another thing too, I also want to talk about is parents. Your child is going through it mentally. Take the time to reflect on how they're doing. You know, like I'm the child that doesn't talk. I don't like talking, especially after my mental breakdowns. I don't like talking as much no more. I stay to myself. You know, I like enjoying my own peace. I try to find ways to cope with what's going on with me. Um, the best way for me to cope with what I got going on is to get out the house, go to work, cause work it clears my mind, like literally clears my mind, dog. I like going to spend time with my cousins. I love doing that, you know. Um, I like listening to music, but I haven't really been listening to music like that unless it's on my way to work, cleaning up at work, and that's really it. Um, but other than that, parents, love your child, dog. Love them, bro. The way mental health is destroying kids' lives now is very sad. A lot of kids is going through it mentally, and a lot of suicides are happening way more than they should because kids are either getting bullied, they're going through changes within themselves, they have to deal with outside noise that y'all don't probably know about. Um, they probably still trying to heal from childhood trauma or bullying stuff like that, dog. Like check up on your child, dog. Check up on 'em. Me. I'm still trying to heal from everything I've been through in my childhood. Not having a pops, Um, I'm still trying to reflect on my own about how I used to be, such as like bullying people, getting bullied, you know, past relationships, um, family stuff too. Um, it's a lot of things I'm trying to recover from, and it's hard. It's hard. It takes a toll on you. So parents, check up on your kids. Check up on your kids. And if your kid have suicidal thoughts, don't get upset. You can get upset, but don't cuss them out. Don't yell at them. Just come to an understanding that your child needs a lot of love and support. Don't let them be alone too long. I'm talking about 4 or 5 hours alone. Like, just take the time to just sit with them, hug them. Don't even say anything. Just hug them. Be in their presence for at least 20 minutes, dog. At least 20 minutes, and just chill with them. And just let them know that you there. You there with them, and like just because you never know, like that right there, it's gonna stick with them, dog. It's gonna stick with them because kids do tend to have suicidal thoughts. It happens. It happens. But most important thing is to love and support, support. That's the biggest thing out of all. That's the biggest thing out of all. Support them. No, tell them that you there. Tell them what's wrong. Even if they don't want to talk about it, you still, because it takes time to really process on how you really feel about, you know, whatever you going through. You feel me? So parents, it takes time for a child to open up, but you don't ever want it to get too long to where it actually happens, and now you have no reason why they did it. So make sure your child opens up, you know, create it, create a place where they can talk without being interrupted, or without being felt like it doesn't matter. You feel me? Because I'm that way. If I feel like I can't talk without getting interrupted, or just I'm not being heard and I don't feel seen, and it's getting pushed to the side, it will like make me feel like, okay, I'm not opening up again. This is not happening. So parents, love your child, love them. You feel me? Um, I know everybody has their own way of showing how they love their child. You feel me? Whether that's watching a movie, listening to music, sitting in the quiet while scrolling on social media. You feel me? But love your child, love them, bro. You gotta cherish every moment, dog. Gotta cherish every moment. You feel me? And another thing that causes kids to have mental health overthinking is standards to what society has presented in social media. That's another big factor. Um, some kids, some young adults, in their 20s, still trying to figure out how these 18, 19, 17, 20, 21 year olds driving Lamborghinis and all this other stuff. And we out here just trying to figure out how we gonna make it and how they got it, you feel me? So it's the pressure of trying to catch up to the society that's being presented on social media, you feel me? And for me, that's not a problem. I don't care about social media. I don't, because I know I'm gonna make it one day. I will. Promise that I will make it. But some young adults, some kids don't think like how I think. Some of them really get pressured on, damn, I'm not on their level, so I have to live up to this standard that's set so high for me. If I don't meet that expectation, I'm not gonna succeed in life. And that's completely false, because everybody has a path that is set, that God has made for us, you know. And a perfect example of that is how you watch a show and they have all these seasons. They have characters throughout seasons that pop up, or like that's main characters. And throughout them seasons, they have character development. And depending on how that character development is, that's how people love that character. So that's what we are to God. We are God's seasons. We are the characters in God's creation. You feel me? And the way He made us is the way we are portrayed. You feel me? So don't ever feel like you are not on the right track. If you in college, you on the right track, dog. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. If you working right now, and you getting your life together, you on the right track. We are characters in a season where we are just trying to continue doing what God made us to do, and that's be on the right track, follow his visions, follow his plans, you know. And most importantly, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. If you out there working and you grinding, you know what you need to do. You doing what you're supposed to do, even when times get hard. You know, life happens. Um, you on the right track, dog. You on the right track. Don't worry about social media. Don't worry about social media. Don't worry about what everybody else got going on. Cause I'm pretty certain what they got going on, they not happy when them cameras turn off. They not happy. They going through the same thing we go through. So don't ever think because somebody else living the life you dream of is means you not doing what you supposed to do. You are. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Don't let nobody make you feel any type of way. No, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing a good job at it too. And if you needed to hear that, I hope you really felt that because I did. This is something that I need to hear myself. Um, I'm not good at taking my own advice. I can give advice all day about anything, and it won't impact me because the way I speak and the way I give advice, it won't resonate with me. I don't know why, you know. But this right here specifically, it definitely resonates with me, and I felt this message. I definitely did, you know. So, young adults, kids, keep your mental health afloat. Keep your mental health good. Read, listen to music, write in a journal, create a journal. That's important. Create a journal. Talk to your parents, talk to your cousins, talk to your friends, you know, vent, vent, vent. And talk to yourself, self reflect, you know. I think that's the most important thing. We always grew up on don't talk to yourself, you know, people gonna think you crazy. Ooh, no. Self reflecting is probably one of the best strategies to use to figure out how to become better yourself, you know. So keep your mental health up, you know. It's not always gonna be perfect, but keep your mental health perfect. Keep it good. It ain't gonna be perfect, but in God's eyes, it's already perfect. You know, He has all this planned out already. You know, whatever you think is not gonna work is gonna work. You're God's creation. You know, parents. Make sure your child is doing okay. Rather they moved out or they didn't. Make sure they're okay. Couples, wives, husbands, boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, baby daddy, baby mama, fiance, you know what I'm saying? Love each other, always be there for each other, you know. Um, don't give up on each other either. Don't keep your relationship closest to God as possible. That is the most that's how you know it's the most God driven relationship, you know. Doesn't matter what obstacle is thrown at you. Um, cause anytime y'all can come back and communicate with each other, still love each other, you know, you understand each other point of views and feelings, that's how you know it's a God given relationship, you know. So couples, keep a relationship tight. Keep it tight. Relationships don't last long like they used to, and it's husbands specifically, continue to grow, continue to center your relationship around God, because God will make sure everything pans out the way it's supposed to. Um, that is about it for this episode. I don't have nothing else to talk about really. Um, I hope you guys love this episode because I certainly did. I definitely did. Like the video, comment your favorite part, why. Um, Make sure you share this. Make sure you share it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Um, Everybody have a good week. Have a good week. Speak positive of yourself. Pray, 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 and love each other. Love each other. Spread nothing but positivity. Doesn't matter if it's in your household, at work, around other family members. Just spread positivity, dog. Even friends, spread positivity, cause that's what's most important. You feel me? So, other than that, I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta get some sleep. I'm not gonna hold. Need to go ahead and get some sleep. But I'm about to go ahead and edit this video so it can be out to y'all. But I genuinely hope y'all love this episode. Y'all are killing it when it comes to supporting this podcast, dog. I knew this podcast was gonna be special, but this early, dog, it's phenomenal. It's very phenomenal how well this podcast is doing, and I give all my thanks to y'all, dog. Y'all the MVPs. You feel me? I'm so glad y'all are joining me and watching me go through the journey to success. Cause we gon' get there, dog. We gon' get there. It may not happen this year, next year too, but I know whatever God has planned for me in my podcast, it will definitely be something that's worth rewarding because I'm sticking to what I've been talking about, and I'm not changing that because of obstacles I'm getting thrown at by the devil, and I'm not gonna let the devil win. I'm gonna continue pursuing and fighting for what I want in life. And my podcast is my life, and I'm gonna continue dedicating it to it. So, hope you guys have a real good and successful week. Keep your heads up. Take care of your mental health. Love your partner. Love your child. Love your friends. That's most important too. Love your friends. So hope you guys have a good week. Thank you for tuning in into another successful episode of Zay's Lounge. And I'll talk to you guys later. It was nice talking to you guys.